Unfortunately for Meghan and Harry, is that they seem to not be able to hold on to staff very long. And it's not just junior staff, it's key staff. The latest person to sort of part company, if you like, is Josh Kettler, who was their CEO. Someone, when he arrived on the scene, was lauded and was said to be sort of almost going to be the guy that was going to take them in the new direction. After just 3 months, it's turned out that it's by mutual consent, as they always say, not a good fit, and he's walked away from the job. So, but this is something like about the 17th, 18th person that's part of company with Harry and Meghan in recent years. They don't seem to be able to hold on to the staff very long through whatever reasons. Obviously, those reasons are always kept under wraps due to confidentiality clauses. But it seems obviously that it's quite a challenging position. There's no actual explanation that's been given out before the tour to Colombia as to why this senior aide of theirs is not going to carry on. Just saying it wasn't a good fit, and they just decided by mutual consent to part. Nigeria was a success for Meghan and Harry. There's no doubt about that. It slightly rankled, I think, with the members of the British royal family, but I think most people thought that they were well received when they went to Nigeria, and were doing quite a lot of quite good stuff, really. And then actually, both Harry and Meghan have always been very close to sort of bringing their touch of magic to Africa. They did a very good trip when they were down in South Africa. And Harry, of course, has had a great, long-standing affection for the continent and doing work in that continent. I don't know really what's going to happen with Colombia. We don't know. We'll have to go and wait and see as to how things develop. But losing a key member of staff is going to add to the challenges they face. No doubt about that. They're sort of haunted by these bullying allegations that were around during the time of before actually they left and left the royal family and left the royal fold. They were brushed under the carpet really by the palace. The palace initially said there was going to be an investigation. There was an investigation. Everyone fully expected it to be made public, and when it came to it, of course, it wasn't. And there may be many reasons for that, and it may be on both sides. We don't know that it was best decided not to proceed. But the bottom line is, it just then leaves a bit of a taste in the mouth of what's going on here. Why are these people not being able to last the distance? And of course, when the bullying allegations were made, there were quite a number leveled at Meghan. It was never proven. There were always only allegations, and they were all denied. But obviously, people start to think that there's smoke without fire, I suppose. And and obviously, when you have a high turnover of staff, it adds to that narrative. I mean, but as I say, there's no proof either way. The more stuff you have in high profile positions that don't stay the course, the more problematic it becomes, because hiring someone's going to be a bit more wary about what happened with the previous relationship. And if you see a whole row of people that have come and gone, you start to question whether the job's for you, I suppose. I mean, I think they might have to take on more responsibility of the running of the show themselves, really. I mean, the problem with having, I suppose, a senior figure that's seems to be running the show is that if you clash with them, then your ideas are being silenced. It's your company, it's your narrative, it's your gig, if you like. So if you don't agree with the way things are being done, the only alternative is for that person to go. My feeling is maybe that what they need to do is take on the responsibility themselves more, to run things more themselves, and have lower people below them that could be more practical fixers and movers and shakers, rather than people that are leading the dynamic of the company. And that way you won't have a chance of fallout so much. I think you've got such a high profile person with their own ideas, their own methods, it's quite easy for you to clash. And I think probably Harry and Meghan probably have to take the reins themselves. Well, the reality is, it's always going to be there are always going to be people that support them, always people that don't support them, and the net ones that don't will attack them and say, "No, what a failure this has been." Ones that support them will say, "What a great success." The reality is, they do polarize opinion. My feeling is that I look back at the very beginning of when they started in the royal household, and you know, I don't know what was really going on behind the scenes. Clearly, there was a lot of upset, a lot of sadness going on. But really, I thought that the reaction they got when they were on the tour, particularly down under to Australia, was very positive. And I look back and I actually think that if things had been handled in a different way, they could have been a great asset to the royal family. As it is now, I think there's no real way back for them in that sense. And so they're going to have to try to reinvent themselves in the way they are doing it. And without all the support and backup and history and tradition of the royal family, it's very difficult to do that. And I think that that's probably what they're finding a little bit now. In terms of financial success, they haven't done badly, have they? But it's only come in the reason of sort of selling their book and selling Spare and doing TV documentaries that seem to be referring about the royal family. So really, it's quite a difficult moment now. They've got to sort of establish things separate to that, and that have got their own momentum and narrative, and hopefully they will be able to achieve that. But it's not easy. You can only look at what's happened in the past and say that there seems to be a pattern here. There seems to be, there's been issues with staff over a period of time. I think that really, somewhere on the line, if you're a boss, you're probably going to have to look at this and say, well, either we're picking the wrong people or we're doing something that those right people find difficult to stomach, and it doesn't work. So someone's going to have to change along the way. Either they're going to have to start picking people that are, stronger and able to face the challenges that they're being given, or they're going to have to probably, as bosses, be a little less challenging. And I think that there's probably a compromise that needs to be had.